What's up, y'all? So I have something to say. We got to get this sex up off the television. Seriously. Like, we got to get this sex off the television. Not only do we got to get this sex off the television, we just got to change everything as a whole. So I'm scrolling on TikTok, right? And I'm seeing one of Tyler Perry's films where it's like a gay scene. It's not like two men kissing or anything like that, but it's the actor Xavier Smalls. Like, he's like doing like a striptease for a man, like a hotel and stuff like that. Now, I'm not necessarily making this video because it's a gay scene, but I'm trying to look at the bigger picture. I need y'all to look at the bigger picture. These writers, these film producers suck like completely. It is like almost annoying that we don't really have good films unless it is heavily rooted in witchcraft and unless it is heavily rooted in perversion. And the reason why I feel this sex is a big problem, sex is like the cheapest way to be successful. That's why, to be honest, I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't really have any type of like mercy on anybody that wants to do a OnlyFans or like prostitute themselves, because you literally have a brain that you can, if you literally use it, you can create anything that you want to create that'll get as much as attention. A lot of billionaires alone did not get rich off of selling sex. So to be quite honest with you, I feel all this perversion rampant around is really no excuse. And we need to hire talented writers and film producers that film good films. We understand that the period like 90s, early 2000s, we understand that we're not going back to that. Got it. We already got that out the way. But movies need to step it up. The creativity needs to step it up. Everybody has to stop trying to follow the trends. Everybody has to stop trying to, like, these writers, I think they have enough common sense to want to go against the grain, but everybody's trying to do what's trendy, like that follower mentality, that these writers are not really trying to like, I don't know, like they're not like trying to go against the grain. Like, it's just like, I don't know. I just think it's like the amount of perversion that's in movies is disgusting. Like seeing somebody nude, these sex scenes are just straight up pornographic. And we're not thinking about the children that are watching these movies. And I know the first thing you're saying, oh, the parents should just tell the kid not to watch it. That's not always the case. And from my past experience of being a child and sneaking around and consuming pornography, a child is smart. They can literally go around the parents' restrictions. Regardless if your child, if your parent, puts a restriction lock on the devices. Children are very smart. Very smart. That's why when people try to lower little kids down to stupid and say that they're lying when they describe something in depth to you, it's actually bullcrap. Kids are very intelligent, very smart. That's the way God made them. So simply putting restrictions on them is not going to cut it, because they're going to find a way to go around it anyway. And like you see a lot of singers in interviews and they talk about, oh, I don't have to apologize for my explicit content. They should just not watch the content. But a lot of people that make raunchy content, and if this is triggering for you, I'm sorry, you are very selfish. Now, I admire being sexy. I love being sexy. I don't mind being, it's a confidence builder. Everybody loves being sexy. But it's overdone. Everybody wants to be whores and it's annoying. Like, it's other things to life than being extremely seductive and enticing and whorish. And to be quite honest with you, I think the only reason why people do that, because this generation is very heavy on rejection, that literally, that's the only way somebody will want you. I think that's why everybody has sex all over the place, because sex is very desiring, it's very enticing, and people want to feel wanted, so they use tactics like that. Now, even though that's coming from an understandable place, it's a lot things that can be a lot better than that. I just feel like it's too much. I just feel like it's ridiculous. Like, this sex all over the place, this perversion all over the place. It's disgusting. If you are making content, anything like that, you cannot be selfish and think that because you want to do that, that you are not paying attention to other people. Like, for instance, I'm gonna bring up the slutty content, OnlyFans, Twitter, things like that. It was actually a guy that I follow. I'm contemplating if I'm gonna unfollow him and everything like that. I need to unfollow him. But like, he's light skinned, and somebody called him out about making content, and he claimed that he was a Christian. Now, I agree that you cannot say that you're a Christian and you make content like that. Pornography itself is already dangerous, demonic, and destructive, and it is an open portal to mad demons. And it is an open portal to a lot of experiences with perversion and everything like that. Not to mention that pornography is highly linked to sex trafficking. OnlyFans is linked to sex trafficking. It is highly linked to sex trafficking. And I, as an individual, and I believe you are too, against sex trafficking. He felt the person was judgmental and wrong for saying that and everything like that. But the Bible says you can't cause people to stumble. There are millions of people on social media that have struggled with pornography, masturbation, and lust. And you're making pornographic content like that because you get a gain out of that. That's extremely selfish, and you can be held accountable for that, whether you believe it or not. My point is not to bash him. My point is this is disgusting, and we need to not think about ourselves, and we need to think about the quality of media that we are putting out there. Not to mention, your gifts don't really belong to you, so being selfish and just doing what you want to do with them is not really the case. It's a reason why God doesn't want us listening to certain musicians. It's the reason why God doesn't want us watching certain actors and everything like that. Lee Daniels didn't know what he was talking about when he said he was a portal, but human beings are literally gates. And what you create can literally release something into a person's atmosphere. That's why God doesn't want us watching certain things like horror movies, and the list goes on. Like literally, if I make a movie right now, depending on what it is, if I'm making a movie that's good, I can release, I don't know, I won't release craziness to the atmosphere. However, if I make a very sick demonic movie, I can release some heavy stuff in the atmosphere that shouldn't be released. So like your talents don't belong to themselves. It actually can affect everybody. And like this is like the most popular thing to know is in front of your faces. You see how Beyonce has seducted almost half of her brain dead clan, her fan base. So it just means that like what you do affects everyone in the Bible actually. Like I think that's the reason why we had to get the wrong president out of office, because he was affecting everybody and God was tired of it and he needed him out, and he got Trump in, whether you guys threw a tantrum about it or not. And like I'm just started screenwriting, and I love screenwriting, and I was just writing a story and everything like that. And it has no perversion in it, no sex in it. You are capable of making good stories. And I'm mostly speaking to my filmmakers out there. Good stories are capable without perversion and blasphemy in it. If you take the time to use your mind and let God help you, you can make some great content. You know what I'm saying? Like as a filmmaker and a screenwriter, we can do a lot better with the stuff that we have going on now. And I was just rambling, but like I'm like, this has to be a video because this has to be talked about. This stuff is out of control, and we got to get it back in order and like back in the loop, because I'm tired of seeing it. It's sex everywhere. It's like sex on the television. It's sex on Netflix. It's sex on social media. It's so disgusting. It's so annoying. And like, I'm not trying to be rude, but you can do a lot better than that and just selling your body and everything like that. Everybody has a nice body. And I don't care what it is according to society standards. Everybody has a body that looks good when you take clothes off. It does not have to be displayed on the internet. Do better. Like, do better. We have to get this sex off the television. I don't know what it's going to take. And I'm not saying that things are going to automatically change. I think that things will fully change when Jesus comes back, whether you're ready for him or not. But like, I just believe we can do the best that we can. And it's just so annoying, and it has to stop. Like this perversion, this witchcraft, I've had enough of it. I don't know. I know a lot of other people feel the same way. I've had enough of it. It's overplayed and it's overdone. That's it. That's all I had to say. I believe. But we got to do better than this.